First scrimmage in Otson this spring.
Yeah,
How was that?
it was electric. It was good to see everybody go out there and compete, especially the younger guys. In my group, uh, Mateo, Tatum, Ant, all those young guys just getting out there competing, setting edges, getting to the ball, causing havoc, all that stuff. It was good to see everybody out there.
You guys have a lot of youth in your group. You mentioned it, 3 guys who haven't really played a whole lot. What's kind of like your role in terms of developing them, and how have you seen those guys progress, and can they help you guys?
For me, myself, I like to lead by example, so I try to, you know, show them how it's done on the field at practice, and then we'll get into the film room and go over stuff. Had little meetings on the side. It's just trying to make sure they know their plays. So once they get in, they don't have to think too much. Just go out and play.
We've heard a lot of good things about Anthony Jones this spring. Just what have you seen from him so far?
He's definitely grown as a player. In the last year he's been here, he's bulked up a lot. He's taking care of his body to be able to go out there and perform the way he's been doing ever since bowl game. He's relentless. His effort is relentless. He likes to get to the ball. He likes to get off on passing downs. He gets to the quarterback faster than what he's used to, and I think it's going to be a good year for him if he continues to grow.
You mentioned him changing his body. I know last year a big story for you was you doing kind of something similar. Has there been a focus, a change at all this year in terms of how you're trying to approach things physically?
Yeah, definitely. So this time last year, I kind of got too light. I liked it. I was at 245, moving fast, moving well. But, my biggest lesson that I've learned being in college, being up front, is it takes weight to move weight. So I've definitely put more weight onto my body. I'm around 260, 265 range, playing the edge where I can be able to get off and have the speed as well, and also being able to set the edge on run downs.
Is that the plan to kind of stay at 265 during the season or thereabout?
Right now, it feels about right, but I might test the waters a little bit, 255, 260. So we'll see.
How hard it's kind of an interesting thing because your weight has fluctuated so much throughout your career. Is it kind of a thing of just kind of guess and check, figure out what works, or like do you have a target weight, or have you gotten to that target weight and it doesn't work? I'm just curious on what the process is of like figuring out where you actually want to be at physically.
Yeah. Right now it's kind of been awkward, just trying to find that like good weight for both rushing the passer and setting edges on rundowns. But I think my good weight should be around the 260s, whether it be a heavier 260, 265, or a lighter 260, 255.
I guess I'll just ask you, is there anybody out there that stood out today that you just were impressed with running around in their first time at Otson? Maybe a young guy, maybe not.
Just my group overall, the OBs.
Anybody, who's standing out?
Man, I can't just point out. I don't know. Everybody in my group looked pretty good. Everybody was getting to the ball. Saw some really nice pass rushes from the young guys, as well as striking blocks against older guys like the transfer George O-line that we just got. He's out there going up against freshmen, Mateo, Tatum, and them, and they're holding their own weight. So I think it's good to see that out there for them.
What about Jordan Birch has kind of stood out to you so far?
Jordan Birch, that man that's big. That's a big guy. It's a great addition to our front. I've seen him play from interior to the edge throughout spring ball, and I think he could play the whole front with his body type, and he's stuffing the run and also against the passer. He's probably flawless in his pass rush.
We've heard that too about his physicality. Is that just something that stands out as soon as you see him on the field?
Oh, for sure. He's definitely going to come and make a hit. Like he's going to, whether it be a puller, tackle, base block, or running back trying to block him, he's coming. Like you got to get set.
You throw the spin move yet?
Has he?
Yeah.
No, but I've heard it's dirty.
Yes.
I want to be able to get in and once he's back to full go, I want to be able to get in with him and learn that spin from him because I've heard a lot about his spin.
Mm-hmm. Seen Amarion out there a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just redshirt freshman guy, didn't see him a lot last year. What has he been bringing when he's running with you guys?
He's been bringing everything. I think overall in the outside linebacker group, the level of compete that we have in there, I think it's been able to elevate all of us overall. And Marion has definitely put himself in a position where he's being noticed by the coaches, and being able to put himself in a position where they can trust him to go out there and do his job and be able to execute how they want them to.
Your group as a whole, a lot of veterans in that front seven.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like, how does that maybe different from the last couple of years? I know a lot of talent there still, but just kind of, what do you feel your group can bring or that front can bring?
Well, this group, we've been together since 2019, especially. So I think our connection and just the rhythm that we have together is kind of it's good. Like it's good, almost great. Should get to great by this fall camp, but I think it looks different when we're all out there together, and that kind of sets the tone for the younger guys and for the next group that goes out there. It's just they see how we do it, and then it's time for them to go out there and do it the same way, even better.
What went into your decision to kind of come back? I know you announced it quickly after the bowl game last year.
My decision was really to, my whole plan getting into college was to graduate, get my diploma and all that, get my paper, and just being able to, make my parents proud. And that was our whole goal. Me and my parents was to make sure I graduate before I go to the league, try and go to the league.
Were you thinking about going though? Because I mean, the reason why I asked at the time was you were posting stuff after the Utah game, and the following week talking about like odd odds, and it was like, okay, like I thought it was a formality the other way, so I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
no, you're good.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all of our dreams to go to the league. So like, that was my 4th year in college, and I was looking forward to at least trying to go to the league with the film that I had so far, and that was just the debate that I had with myself, God, and my family, and at the end of the day, like I mentioned, our number one goal was to graduate. So I decided to come back.
When we've seen you at your best, either in the Holiday Bowl, different flashes, obviously freshman year, even a short 2020 year.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get that level of consistency in those high gear spots and those blitz moments and those TFLs on a week-to-week basis, as opposed to bursts where greatness is there, but how do you get it more consistent over your final season?
Being able to take care of my body better. I've definitely put an emphasis on being able to stretch more, especially on the knees. I've had kind of some trouble over the years with the knees. So I've been able to stretch, putting aside an hour at night every time. I try to tell the young guys that was my biggest regret, was not really focusing on taking care of my body when I was freshman year. But I put aside an hour every night. I roll out, I stretch before I head to bed. And, it's definitely improved being able to make more plays out at practice and all that. And I think it'll just carry over.